Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Halloween cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a two-player team game free-for-all on Forbidden Jungle. Playing for the Orks, we've got Yazoo55 and we've got Evi7889. Playing as the Death Korps of Krieg, we've got Tiger Shark and we've got Yo. Playing for the Night Lords, we've got Angar and we have got Critter256. And then playing as the Necrons, we've got Gary and we have got me. So here we are, boys and girls, the spookiest game you've ever did seen in your whole life. Dare I say, maybe potentially on the halls of YouTube. God blimey. So yep, it's going to be the ultimate decider to see who is going to be crowned King of Spooktober for today. And yep, there's plenty to talk about as the players do begin to open up. The Orks are going to have a grand old time if the game goes into the late, as after all, when everyone's economy starts shutting down as the blooming strategic points start to decay. Well, these guys have got the option to just get free slugger boys and just spam them out and kill everything gradually over the wear and tear of time. Death Korps of Krieg, the very defensive faction, they can pop down a whole bunch of bunkers and different shenanigans in these narrow choke points, maybe even potentially being able to hold this elusive and, how would one say, very attractive kind of positioning down here with extra strategic points and a relic. Got to bear in mind that on this map, there are no critical locations, so there's been no Titans in this. There's not going to be any kind of situations where, I don't know, one team is a bit behind, but they pull out a Titan and then just basically win by just, you know, bullshit, essentially. But yeah, so the only way to get two relic units out is if you capture your own inside the base for one player and then capture the center one as well. So yes, that's what Death Korps of Krieg, I imagine, are focusing on as they charge out with their soldiers over yonder. And Night Lords might have a bit of a difficulty in this kind of scenario, as they like to hit hard, hit fast, and win the game nice and early, or potentially doing stuff around that kind of tactic. But mind you, in this kind of environment, they could just mosey on down and kill one player or two players very quickly and snag their strategic points for extra economy. That might be the plan. And the Necrons, well, we could just build up our economy at home. We don't need to push out. We could just chill out, have as many plasma generators as we damn well please. We're already seeing some Night Lord shenanigans coming strutting over a Scout Raptor Claw, ready to smash up our Bladeless Scarabs. But thankfully, old Gary here, he's popped down a Ghost turret just in case anyone comes nearby. And we'll decide to keep these guys back, as these guys are quite fragile. They won't be able to take on a Ghost turret by themselves, but they're at least denying this strategic point here. Gary's Necron Lord is going to be showing them the back door there, saying, get out of my shop. We don't allow you guys around here. And not, rather than jumping back over to their side, deciding to carry on their campaign of terror. At the moment, just we've got two Lord Generals. Not sure who's the one that's majorly in charge, but both going for veteran ranged guards, which will help them with their defensive stuff. You know, plasma guns in tier 1 is always useful. Orks thinking about coming in, and they might actually do so, as we've also got some Terror Claws pushing in onto Gary here. Going to have to play a very defensive game, I reckon. Orks and Necrons and Night Lords fighting amongst themselves. The Death Korps of Krieg just sit pretty on in the centre. Necron Lord, though, quite a powerful beast. Tries to take him down. High health, high armour. As the game goes on, it gets more and more better. Every upgrade that the Necron monolith has, so too does the Necron Lord increase in strength. These blooming Wrapped Scout's Claws still inside the base there. A major nuisance for us. And there we go. Oh, I like that. One for each Builder Scarab. Major pain. We're trying to capture our relic down our side, but it does not look like we'll be able to get there. I'm going to politely try and ignore them, hoping that they'll just leave us alone. It does not seem like that is the case. A couple of Necron warrior squads coming over to provide some support, as it does seem that the Orks have just decided to go off on a journey. Yazoo55 is bringing his lads over just to see where everyone is, I reckon. A little bit of a scouting party from the Orc settlements. And the Night Lord Captain of Agnar starting to chase after him with his baleful black glowing sword. Absolutely love these Night Lord models there. Hats off to whoever did them. Cracking little artistic designs going on there. Yeah, we've got Raptor Scouts and the Captain doing bits and bobs. Also already got those double bunkers for defense. And yeah, the Death Korps of Krieg just sit there all nice and pretty. The John Cena being placed down these guys, but they're not firing. They're too busy kneeling and capturing bits and bobs. And I've also got Necron warriors doing what they can. I've got my Necron warriors chasing around the Raptor Scouts, managing to get a couple. Though it does seem that one has managed to get out there with a sliver of health and life. Double Necron Lords zapping who they can, or grabbing people and slamming them down. Though that Night Lord Captain, got to be careful of him. He is prime at killing individual targets. They're going to see what they can do. And to be fair, like, the Necron Lords can't join a squad as well, so Necron Lords are very vulnerable to being focus fired down. Have any shenanigans going on over here? We do have some Orks. They're inside the base. They're causing mischief and mayhem. Shooter boys and the sluggers taking on the Death Korps. Morale been broken on them, so they will not be retreating. One full squad wipe there. The Lord General firing away with his plasma guns, just causing shooter boys a bit of issues, but they are now accessing their big shooters. Sluggers very nicely tying these guys up as well. Big mech giving a big elbow to the soldiers, but plenty more where they came from. Not the most expensive of lads. Just throw them into the meat grinder, more or less. Yeah, a lot of money being spent on fortifying this position over here, so the Orks thought, right, okay, well, we'll be a bit sneaky, using the elephant of surprise by going around the sides when you least expect it. And they do seem to be holding up plenty of floor lasagna on the floor here as the Orks push in. Over on this side, there's a plenty of Night Lords to keep us at bay. We're using our solar pulses as best as we can to maximize the amount of defensive capacity that we have. They're just going to fall back and sit pretty while the Orks bring out that big Daka. But these guys have been slurred by something. Oh, they've been slurred by the bunker. And one annoying thing that bunkers do. Oh, bloody hell, there's just Orks everywhere. I mean, running in amok. So it seems that the battlefield at the moment is split between Death Korps versus Orks and Night Lords versus Necrons. All been broken on the Orks, but they don't mind. They'll get it back if they just keep on keeping on. It looks like the Orks will have to be pushed back. Now a large assault from the Night Lords here. One Necron Lord. Well, that's my one. He's on the front lines. One key thing that you can do with your Necron Lord, that I've learned, is just send him forward, and the moment he's about to die, pull out that phase shift, give him the old Necron tier blue balls, and them think that they've got you when actually they don't. We do have a Razorback, which could be a major problem for us. There we go. Oh, it's double rainbow. What does it mean? It means death and sadness for all that come round. Got the flayed ones as well to inflict a little bit of fear on the Terror Claws. Now the Night Lords in this current patch of Dawn of War Unification have a lot more access to morale-breaking abilities, which will be remarkably useful to prevent our Necron warriors from rebuilding themselves. Got that Tomb Blade scooting on in. Lightly armoured vehicle, but cracking against heavy infantry. And the Death Korps of Krieg are now pushing towards the Orks. Got their own Storm Chimeras, but the Orks are responding with their war trucks. Just focusing on individual squads at a time. Also got those tank busters sneaking on in. And all those Death Korps units right there, dead as a doorknob. And the amazing fire of those war trucks. Just got some more shooter boys to replace the ones that they lost. Coming in hot as they do. Good lord, that is a significant amount of Terror Claws. Thankfully, we've got the tech, we've got the economy, we've got the self-belief in ourselves, and the power of random Necron bullshit. Sadly, because of the lack of critical locations, we will not be able to get our Necron Lords traded out for anything more substantial from the Ancient Pyramid. Would have very much liked to have used the Trazin's random Pokeball ability. Just get out like incredibly strong units for free. Well, you know what? I mean, we managed to do that in the previous Halloween game in the middle of the month. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend watching that game. A phenomenal little game that was. Much like this, except for that, rather than a 2 vs 2 vs 2 vs 2, it's just a 4-player free-for-all. Orks are now moving on in. They've got their tank busters, but the centre is still primarily being held by the Death Korps of Krieg, so their economy is going to be quite substantial in comparison to everyone else. Able to save it up and tech up, and they have got a fair few plasma generators, also capturing that thermal plasma generator, which is always good stuff. But a wolf pack of Storm Chimeras coming on around the side. Thankfully, these tank busters are invisible, so no one's seeing them at the moment. And when they hit, damage that they could bring to these Storm Chimeras is quite substantial. 2 already been brought down. Third soon to follow, but 1 war truck is on its death knell. Also got the engineers with Little Dogger. Ket and Hund able to spot and sniff out those tank busters. Very nice stuff, and with no war trucks to escape with, you have to say that long war comes, so potential for them all to... Oh no, you've got 1 war truck here. Get inside here and run away. As the Orks do say, you know, if you run away, you can always come back and have another go. No, he's just going to stand there, having the best time known to man. Really enjoying himself. Granted, he dies in the end, but I mean, if you die doing what you love, then is that not a good show, all in all? Now some Immortals out, and also those really useful death marks. Cracking against infantry, heavy infantry, and commanders. Can also reposition itself with its go faster ability. I know it's meant to be like a temporal teleport dimension shift or whatever, but it just makes it look a bit like Sonic, which I quite like. I always appreciate that. Either way, the Death Korps of Krieg now putting pressure onto the Ork base, and so many ward banners are on those front lines. Every 789 playing it close to the chest. Be hard to break through. Oh, he's actually upgrading all his war banners as well. For additional defensive capacities. The tank busters trying to get close to those Storm Chimeras, but the Ket and Hund, wherever you are... Where are you, Ket and Hund? Or is it the Inquisitor that's spotting people? It's the Inquisitor. Never mind me then. To be fair though, you don't want to bring dogs into combat, do you? You know how it's going to end. Everyone's going to be sad. Bad times in the pipelines for everyone. Got the big mech out, and he can actually repair stuff. So, I mean, that's quite useful for him. Let's keep that war banner alive and well. Look. Only 1 big mech can only keep so many things alive. It's a flanking manoeuvre. Really like to see some big zapping from the big mechs. There we go, there's 1. Because of this wonderful spreading out of the tanks here, only stuns 1 of them at any one given time. I've got the war track with a twin big shooter. And over here we are pushing on into the Night Lord side of things. We're pushing on into the centre actually. There we go, so we managed to get them with their trousers down. They have killed double listening posts. So while they've been attacking the Orks over yonder, Night Lord's thinking, right, okay, well, let's try and stab him in the back. But unlikely to stay out there as they are, as we try and cause some issues. Double solar pulses, keep these guys at bay while we get into position. Plenty of death marks there. And this Hell Talon on its own, it's not going to be doing all that much. Even with a significant lack of Immortals, going to do all right. Night Lord's got no other choice but to retreat and reposition. 1 Hellhound exploding into glorious flame. As off in the distance, the Orks continue to do a bit of tit for tat with the Death Korps of Krieg. I will apologise in advance. I am probably going to, and already probably have, missed out on some key engagements here, but there's just so much to cover. So much to cover indeed, but that's what we love. And to be fair though, if you guys, you know, in fact I should actually upload these onto my own Discord. So if you ever wanted to download them and watch the whole replay on your own, the replays are available 9 times out of 10. The ones that are sent in anyway, the ones that get on Dawn of War replays online, obviously those aren't, you know, put on. You know, just DM me if you want the replay, I can find it and send it to you. And where Flash gets on fire. Well, not on fire. They've just got the fighting juice in them, keeping them alive, and this is going to be a real mixed bag for the Death Korps of Krieg. They've got tank busters, take care of the tanks. Flash gets to kill the infantry. Real difficult for them. Night Lords have managed to push us all the way back into our base. Hell Talons running up. Oh, sorry, this is not our base. We're in their base. Ignore me. Being very discombobulated by all that's going on. Yeah, we're inside. Using those solar pulses on both sides, actually, to make sure that no matter what side Night Lord's attackers, keep them at bay. Tomb Stalkers just jumping which way we can. And now that they've actually split them into 2 fighting forces, whatever side we want to kill, just focus on them. No need to attack on both sides. The flayed ones doing what they can. Orks are now pressing on into that centre. That's so much firepower. These poor Death Korps Kriegers, they know what hits them. They're not too keen on it. Some sort of molten magma being fired at the Orks here. Definitely not fans of it. Oh, that's the Basilisk. That's a Batista then. That's not a vehicle in Warhammer. That's a wrestler. And a film actor as well. I know my popular media. Comes a Death Croissant from Gary. Powerful beast. To fly on high. Which is going to be quite useful in this kind of matchup, considering that there's lots of terrain to traverse. Of course, though, they do go back home. Seems that they've narrowly been pushed back by those Night Lords here. There are a few lads inside there. We'll be focusing on the Palace of Night as long as we can until Night Lords decide to send us off and away. The Death Korps have defended half and home here. They also have gone away for the moment. You know, just going to recontextualize their lives. Still got those flash gates, still got the tank busters. But now I've got the Ragnaroks and the Basilisks. Bigger and better tanks. And also the Malkador main battle tank. See, not trouble to follow that this guy just comes out and is quite substantial in a long-term engagement. Scorpet Destroyers. Oh, I love these guys. Best unit in the game, if you ask me. Are they particularly useful? No, not quite. They just kind of charge in, do what damage that they can, but always good fun. Palace of Night is about to be the Palace of Shite. Necron Lord backhanding people as and when he can. Also got some flayed ones from Gary. The Dream Team charging on in. The Night Lords have built up a auto cannon turret. See if that can. But they built up a couple of them, anticipating the Necron push. But oh man, we killed our Doom Scythe. That was a good get for them. Impressive indeed. Orks are now very much struggling against the Death Korps. Firing all the rockets that they can. Also got an artillery platform. Definitely need more anti-tank stuff if they want to succeed in this defence. Yeah, where have all your flash kits gone? Oh, they're down here. There's a couple down here. Now also getting a battle wagon out, so relic units for the Orks along the way. The war banners falling thick and fast. Big old sad time for everyone. Basilisk providing that long-range support to kill those flash hits before they're even able to get anywhere close. We continue pushing on in. It's a glorious last stand for the Night Lords. Annihilation Barge creeping along the back lines. Focus firing those Hellblades. That's the one strength of the Necrons. They've got really, really powerful late game units that are not technically relics. This feels like it should be a relic unit. Maybe. Or at least like a remarkable size of your vehicle cap. You know, you can get a fair bit of quite high-tech, high-power stuff. But in all fairness, though, it is very expensive. Like, to actually get this stuff online, you've got to have quite a sizable economy that's not been harassed. And somehow, some way, we've been able to just keep the Night Lords just abreast of our base. Scorpet Destroyers keep on keeping on. The Orks with their battle wagon keeping the Death Korps at bay. This dude is able just to get 4 rocket launchers. That's a whole lot of Daka, and also a big zapper on top as well. This thing is made for cracking open heavy fortified structures and other buildings. We've got a golden Minotaur coming on. Very pretty colour. It's like a super basilisk. Impressive amount of damage. It does seem that the Night Lords have firmly been sent to the back lines. No more love for them. I see Crit 256 hold on as best he can. The remaining Terror Claws just firing every which way. They've got a narrow little strip of land to defend here, but also been flanked by the death marks. That is them basically shafted. Minotaur blasting things left, right and centre. battle wagon now unsupported, so we'll need to fall back towards all this stuff. And let's have a look at the economies as the Night Lords have been pushed out of the game. Got 120 and 63 and 117 and 68 for the Orks, 232 and 209 and 294 and 209 for the Death Korps of Krieg. And then we've got nothing for the Night Lords for obvious reasons. And 45% and 129 for Gary, and 91% and 186 for the Necrons. Watch from the Orc perspective. There are lots of infiltrated units. But yeah, that economy is pretty scary for the Death Korps of Krieg. Considering that they've got no extra, points being captured apart from. Oh no, they've got the centre. To be fair, and they're building up blooming Earthshaker platforms, gun turret emplacements, deadly situations for the Orks and Necrons. But now we do have access to all this stuff to increase our squad caps, and also the illustrious extra relic for more relic units from the Necron team here. Death Korps of Krieg now pushing in quite considerable fighting force here. Got a couple of Malcadors, a couple of Commissariat Lehman Russes, plenty of artillery defending off things. We decided, right, we want this centre now. Well, it's going to be quite a long conga line to bring everyone in. Pariahs leading the charge. Scorpion destroyers soon to follow as well. Annihilation barge helping with that armor piercing, attacking stuff. Death Korps of Krieg charging in. Once again, Ares 789 having to play defensive battle. Tank busters on the go. Plenty of rockets going absolutely everywhere. And it just seems that every time the Death Korps of Krieg push in, they make a little bit of leeway, and the Orks are able to mass up the defences and push them back out. They've also got to contend with fighting on two fronts. We've now got that powerful restore monolith making its way on over. Got some grenadiers there. The Lord General squad doing as best they can. Very brave stuff. Time bringing in the Necron warriors, being teleported straight on top of the restore monolith. And it's just the Death Korps of Krieg. I mean, they've got the economy. They could certainly afford to lose a couple of strategic points. But due to all these emplacements that they put online, it's definitely slowing our advance somewhat. Got a couple of looted Predator tanks. Fun fact about the Orc looted tanks in Dawn of War Unification, it's 50-50 whether they get a Predator or a Lehman Russ. Same kind of thing. Don't think it changes the stats, but changes the aesthetics. Also got a Stomper for Ares 7889. Orcs very similar to Necrons in the sense that they've got access to loads of really powerful stuff without need of a relic or a critical location. I do believe that Stomper is a relic unit. I don't think I'm amiss in saying that. Double Doom Scythes. Crooked moons flying on high. And the Death Korps of Krieg seem to be losing their control over this place. Essence of the Deceiver. Being a bit of a mischief. And one thing that we're quite keen on doing here is with our Destroyer Lords, plenty of opportunity to snag some of the powerful Death Korps of Krieg vehicles if we can. We also decide, oh look, another target. Quick, go get him. Gary's like, oh no. Done. Tempts the Orks. Hecky flip. If you grab their attention, they'll be flanked left, right and centre. Another restore monolith. I do believe that you're a fake one. Are you a fake one? You are indeed. Oh, you tricksy landshark, you. They'll never know. They've got no chance of knowing. Also got the Essence of the Nightbringer for Gary as well. So both Catan showing their faces today. Look at those Doom Scythes. Make their work, but I mean, it's a difficult situation now. We're lacking. Oh, I suppose we've got a fair bit on the go for us, but our armies are not as big as they were when attacking the Night Lords. Orks are now thinking, right, well, if we can't kill the Death Korps, maybe we can smack up the Necrons and gain some of their resources. And this is just a lot of Daka, a lot of big mech stuff. Will intercept a incoming restored monolith. Also got a Lurkus Lord Destroyer trying to get by, but the traffic won't let him. And this is just a sad time. Restored monolith doesn't want to be on here on its own. As we continue to push on into the Death Korps of Krieg side of things. Double flash kits. So you're not flash kits? Yeah, you are flash kits. Break it down. Strategic point. The obelisk. A deadly amount of destruction and stuff. The Orks are doing the good idea, you know? Because at the moment, we've basically got access to all this stuff. I mean, we haven't captured any of it. We should have really, but... Oh, well, we've captured some of it. But essentially, once you've killed an enemy opponent, you've then got access to all their resources, haven't you? So that makes it, you know, a prime target for other players to think, right, okay, well, we can't let these guys snowball, so that's what the Orks are doing. They're breaking open the economy, but they can't kill the HQ as it's off on its own. Although the Macarius of Tiger Shark is now doing what it can to break him down. Necron having to fall back. One problem about Necron monoliths is that they're very, very slow. Very difficult to get these guys back. Gary's Necron monolith is deaded. We're just losing all our plasma generators. And I'm thinking to myself, right, well, we're going to have to play a bit defensive here. So I've got another Necron monolith up on the top, and we're just pulling everyone back. Got Immortals to take care of all the tank stuff. And the monolith is brown-breaded. Unfortunately, it has to respawn right in the middle of all this Orky nonsense. Necron Lord, though, comes in with Solar Pulse. Now none of these guys are able to fire for a short while. Gary all sends in what do you send in? There we go, you send in your own monolith. Necron pals to the end. Make you fight for every possible inch of land. While this is going on, the Death Korps of Krieg are just basically recapturing all the central points. Be gentle, frame rate. Just hold on for a little bit longer. Immortals making quick work of that battle wagon. But now being caught out by the flash kits, will be killed very, very quickly. There were many, and now there are few. Death Korps of Krieg, they thought, right, okay, well, yep, pile on the Necrons. Bring more stuff on over. The Stomper is still knocking around. And this is a whole lot of undefended Necron stuff to take care of. Although, Gary has managed to steal a Malkador main battle tank. So that might help us in the grand scheme of things. Come on, the teleports back on over. I don't think you're available now for combat. The essence of the Deceiver. Summoning forth a fake monolith. But the Orks seem to have been beaten back. Found their big tanks and stuff and been flanked by the Death Korps of Krieg. Yeah, they're not too keen on sticking around for very long, but we have taken quite the beating on the Necron side of things. Got the Lurkus Lord Destroyer. Thinking, can I steal a Stomper? I don't think you can. I don't think the Lord Destroyer has the capacity to steal vehicles of that size. The mighty Doom Scythe trying to maintain that air dominance. As the Death Korps of Krieg have no idea how they've been fighting a fake monolith here. But we are tricksy. We are very hard to predict. And I mean, it's just scary, isn't it? Looking at the defensive capacity of the Death Korps of Krieg. But the good old tried and true method that I mentioned earlier on is the Orks just spamming out the Slugger Boys. Can't kill these. I mean, you can kill them. Kill them very easily. But they'll just... an unlimited supply of Slugger Boys now for them, and quite a terrifying combination of knobs and flash kits. Death Korps of Krieg now pressing on into the base proper. We do have some Triarch Praetorians. A unit that can be summoned from the Doom Scythe once it gets a certain upgrade. Necron Lord, he's just standing here, phase shifting. Like I mentioned before, use him to distract people. Just to buy us an extra few little seconds. Orks continuing their mighty push. Has a huge engagement over here. Thinking about pushing in, but they did not realise how set up the Death Korps of Krieg were. A whole smorgasbord of gun turret emplacements. Barbed wire as well. Even these big scary orcs aren't going to mess with that. No, I mean, there's barely any room to move on the Death Korps side of things. A strong economy. They've all started capturing all this nonsense. They have not gone for the decap on the relic. Orcs deciding that they need to push on back. They can continue coming over. It will cost them a lot. And the Death Korps of Krieg are now just laying into the Orks here. Heavy weapons platoons able to bring down incredible amounts of DPS. The Orks managing to take down one Malkador main battle tank. Now got their own tanks on the field. Not nearly as effective as the Death Korps of Krieg for obvious reasons, but add that with a front line of knobs. What are you firing? I mean, Lady Inquisitor, the homing, flaming pistol. It's just, the problem with this situation is that there's too much to really focus on for the Orks. They kill one thing, and the other thing, yeah, if you focus on the tanks, heavy weapons platoons kill you. Focus on these guys, tanks will kill you. And if you manage somehow to focus on both of them, well, they've got all these gun turret emplacements and also the artillery. All these knobs going down to Dead Town. And the Death Korps of Krieg unable to press on in. Don't know how we've managed it, but we've managed it all the same. Now Macarius is just... I said French, but I make me lie. That's fun. I make me laugh, sorry. That's funny. There we go. Tactic. Bring the croissant of death into flanks. I'm not sure if I've moved him just yet, but that'll be incoming. Just look at this. It's basically a game of tower defense. The Orks as the targets. It's glorious, isn't it? Oh, moments like these, man, brings a tear to mine eye. Death Korps deciding to just collapse in on the Orks. The Orks are not down just yet. Still got plenty more where that came from. That powerful battle wagon, if it ever hits anything, do some damage, but that Macarius with its plasma cannon, capable of doing all sorts. And here we are, the French bread comes on in, able to bring forth some Triarch Praetorians. And we can also deep strike blooming flayed ones and all this kind of stuff. That's what the one thing that the Death Korps didn't anticipate. They built all defense around here. Never anticipated sneaky Necron shenanigans while they were engaging in a big old fight towards the Orks. I mean, who even knows what's going on in this situation? Madness and mayhem. That battle wagon still holding strong, but well, doing all that well in the health department. We do have some engineers keeping the Macarius online, and all that additional health that it's been able to get from those guys is managing to save it from a sheer fire death. Got another big stomper from the Orks. Also got that restore monolith, that fake one. So now we can also teleport our boys straight on top of them as well. Deathmarks repositioning themselves. As the Death Korps don't seem to be... Although, mind you, they do have all these earth-shaking platforms to open fire with. Killed one thing. Okay, we should have really focused on the field headquarters a lot earlier, to be fair. That would have been the moneymaker. But in all fairness, they've got plenty more where they can, we can kill one HQ. There's plenty more to kill. Go with the powerful bombard. Able to absolutely decimate any kind of targets that open fires on. Basically short-range artillery that packs an extra punch. The Orks still holding up. What kind of money are you on at the moment, Orks? Not amazing money. We've got enough. I mean, well, the Slugger Boys are free, aren't they? So you've always got someone to throw into the meat grinder. We're still going on. We've killed the field command. We've also managed to steal a Ragnarok. Very much appreciate the Necron's ability just to... Yep, that's ours now. Thank you very much. Minotaur there. Just going to see what it could do from range. As we chew and gnaw our way through the soft underbelly of the Death Korps of Krieg. The Orks somehow, someway, by just sheer grit and determination, have held this line, and they refuse to go down. This Macarius is very much what the Orks want to kill. They've got their tank busters. It looked for a second like they were armed with las cannons for a second then. But no, if it ain't rockets, they don't want it. Rockets go boom, las cannons do not. Well, very sadly, our assault has fizzled out over here. Still got the Ragnarok there. Can't steal that back from us. Orks still going around the side as well. So wherever they could fit, really. That's the main thing for them. Well, I mean, they've beaten the Death Korps of Krieg back, but to what cost? Because they've now got to mince their way through another layer of defence and another layer of defence. I do absolutely love the aesthetics of this now. Remarkable stuff by the Death Korps team. Macarius finally goes down. And we are over here, ready to stop the Death Korps from having 1 million economies, which we should have really not have given them to begin with, but hindsight is 2020. Wonderful stuff from Gary, waiting for his Necron Lord to get very low on health, and then bringing out that Essence of the Nightbringer. Can regen health every piece of damage that he does. And the Orc Swarm begins coming down into the centre. Those Mega Armor knobs in there for extra damage. Just pure artillery and gun turret placements now, more or less, is what's available for the Death Korps of Krieg. They don't seem to have much in the way of infantry at the moment. Which I suppose is fine, really. I mean, is the infantry going to survive for very long in this kind of engagement? I don't think so. Got some squads of Slugger Boys just standing around, minding their own business. Good Lord, frame rate. Be gentle. It's my mortal soul. We are now smashing things up over on this side. Well, the Scorpion destroys the Silencer. Sue for peace, which is interesting. Ragnarok's been prepared. Very good stuff. Got another Doomsday flying on high. And just even more assaults. There we are. On the defensive Maginot line. The Orcs just decide, right, well, we're coming in. Knock, knock, who's there? It's your boys. And this is just such a deadly fighting force. Something quite low on health, though. Grotz will attempt to come over, but explodes. A cavalcade of smoke and dust. Placement Macarius has been built. Double Doom Scythes. And a flanking force of Storm Chimeras. Attempting to steal one, but they're just going to self-destruct themselves. Which is fair enough. Oh, and the Orcs don't seem to quite get it. That looks like a really promising assault there, but Death Korps just not having it. They say, bring us your biggest, baddest. And we'll just stand firm. Necron Lord Destroyer attempting to capture some more stuff, and he does manage to get something. Gary taking out that commissariat, Lehman Russ. Can he bring him back home? Oh no, the Orks, they have no idea. They don't know whether it's an Ork thing or a Necron thing. Either way, it's something that's not Orky. They want it dead. Now it's a fight for the centre. All these decayed strategic points, which once recaptured do basically refill themselves with money. Necrons obviously don't need it for their economy. So we've now managed to rebuild all our bits and bobs over here. That's pretty good for us. No, just keep on coming, man. That's the power of the late game Ork play. You can spend all their money on the big stuff and then just have a strong infantry front line for free. Seem to give it another go, but it looks like they're just going to throw in the occasional slugger boy just to keep these guys happy. Got the restore monolith from me. Take it down. A tank or two. It seems that the Orks have got a good amount of stuff going on in the centre. Got another stomper, and ideally you want to bring all this big stuff to smash through here. There's like an unspoken word, seemingly, between the Orks and Necrons. It's like, right, okay, well, we need to kill each other at some point, but Death Korps of Krieg seem a bit too strong for our liking. They're just not breaking, are they? Even with a stomper telling them to open up. Thankfully, the Orks are looking like they're ready to assault. When their heavy gunships don't come in, causing a bit of an issue, distracting the Orks. And Gary says, right, now is the time to plumb in, what do I call it, turn on our quasi-allies here. Of course, we don't mind betraying. Oh god, just look at that. Oh, let's get some POV in this. Get involved. Charge forward. It's a beautiful thing. Over the barbed wire, into the gunfire. Got a weird boy in there as well. Macarius doing what it can. Just plasma cannons. And the Orks just crumble like Ravita. Like waves against a cliff face. That's alright. The bigger stuff is now in there like swimwear. Where did the Stomper go? That Stomper died. Never mind. And well, with that, look at the speed of these boys. Gone for all the upgrades. Nothing more terrifying than a fast Necron fighting force. We thought, right, well, you can't kill them. Give us your resources, give us your relics and all that stuff. We'll take them on. Never trust fleshy things to do the job of the Necron royalty. Use bareback to attack the Orks. I don't think you want to bear back an Ork, young mister. That's not a happy time for anyone. Just the size of the Necron force. But then again, plenty of slugger boys where they came from. Our priority will be take on the boys' huts to prevent them from reinforcing as quickly. The Death Korps of Krieg also coming in from the other side. The Orks now having to fight on two positions here. The Praetorians flying on, involving close combat, quite powerful close combat and range combat troops, to be fair. Doomstar, though, gets shot out from the thin air. Or the mighty battle wagon. Don't really see the battle wagon often in Dawn of War Unification, but certainly has done a good job in this matchup. But where one Doomstar falls, another one takes its place. Big old blasts from everyone. And a stomper from every 789. Doing what it can, but that's just... I mean, it's not... Often I see a concave of tanks, but... There we go. Slow march of Necrons continues. That is just a lot. A lot going on. Thankfully, we've got a death march, which is quite decent. They're able to, when they start targeting something, anyone else that also fires at them has an increase in the damage that they give. Much like the Towers marker light drone kind of thing. That's what's going on. And the Necrons don't seem to be falling down with the same swiftness as the Orks did before. A little bit of revenge for when the Orks started to destroy our side of things. Any slight, any misgiven will always be repaid twice-fold. Well, the Necrons here. Got a dancing essence of the Nightbringer as well. Yeah, those boys' huts are what we need to take on. Death Korps of Krieg also doing what they can towards the other Orks. What are you firing at? Oh, it's Gary stealing more tanks. I love this. This is great. Even when we're assaulting the Orks, there's always time to steal more tanks. Gary the thief. The Orks are slowly going down in numbers. Nightbringer turning one guy into... oh dear, that was a bit of overkill, Mr. Nightbringer, but I mean, it's all good fun. I mean, are the Orks enjoying themselves in this situation? I'd probably enjoy it more if they were winning, but that's alright. Best thing about Necrons from their perspective, I suppose, is you knock them down and they get back up, so there's just more fighting in it. Orks are not building up anymore. Oh no, you are building up some more stuff on the back lines, just to keep you alive for longer. Now the Necrons are in a bit of a tricky situation. They've been sandwiched by the Orks and the Death Korps of Krieg. Scorpion destroyers brought down low. The Doomsdive is going to see if he can reclaim their honour. The big Orky settlement's been taken down. Running rough over the remainder of their forces. What was once a great Ork war is now just distant memory. Oh, good lord, the frame rate makes me so sad, but look at the detail on the models, man. No pre-cache models, Dawn of War Online. What a wonderful invention that was. That is, still exists, believe it or not. So we can have these stonking games while still having the details being nice. And there he drops out. Death Korps have taken him out, and so have the Orks as well, so no more Orks, it's now just the Necrons versus the Death Korps. A really quick economy check, 171 and 109, and 187 and 125, compared to 60% and 95, and 76 and 147. So, you know, I mean, due to the, you know, delay, or should I say the decay of the strategic points, Death Korps of Krieg now not sitting so pretty on their economy. I do apologise, I've been talking for the best part of about 48 minutes. So we'll just do a quick drink as we watch these tanks move on forward. Good lord, completely forgot how long this game was. One was parched. We're now getting a couple of pylons online. For defensive reasons, if the Death Korps of Krieg can build up a whole bunch of turrets, why can't we? We're a bit snookered here. We can't get back to a more defensible position. I'm going to try and push through them. Double John Cena beams to keep these guys from firing at us. Could have really done for having them over here, though. As the Pariahs attempt to charge the firing lines. Got Deceive as well. Manifesting fake monolith. Just multiple engagements going on at any one given time. This is not a clean fight for either the Necrons or the Death Korps of Krieg. You got those classic Lord Destroyers coming in. Thinking, can we nick the Macarius? Maybe a joint team effort, maybe. Does not look like it, in all fairness. Real monolith and fake monolith. Which one's which? Who knows? Probably the one that's building stuff, I imagine. That'll be the giveaway for the Death Korps of Krieg, if they're focusing on it. so much in the way of big tanky stuff. And we need as many immortals as we can, but the problem with immortals is that, I mean, the tanks that the Death Korps have are really good at killing immortals, so it's basically a case of who can blitz down the other person first. Another Doom Scythe. Seems like we've just built 1 million of them so far. Tanks go down. Scorpion Destroyers continuing their angry crab charge and crab march. Absolutely love their attack animations and their little spins and stuff. Beautiful. Beautiful to my eyes. Garry's dead. So are monoliths. So trading relic units there. This Minotaur still being an absolute nuisance. I do wish that we were able to see kill counts for individual models and units, because imagine that dude will be on the hundreds by now. Death Korps of Krieg now doubling down on their defensive emplacements. Death Korps unable to stop this advance. Necrodermis have to go back home for a little bit. I mean, they've got plenty of things to throw in our way as a speed ramp, I suppose. Not much else for them to do in this situation. It all comes down to this Oktoberfest or Spooktober. Which one is going to reign supreme this year? At the moment, it seems pretty even. Yeah, okay, fair enough. The Death Korps of Krieg have got access to all this space and all these resources, but as we say, it's all decayed now. If we can prevent them from moving on and capturing these bits to restart their economy, might bode well for us. But also got plenty of money saved up as well. We literally can't spend the money quickly enough. That's our problem. Also managed to capture all this stuff over here. Although one Death Korps of Krieg point still stands. Overlooked by our Builder Scarabs. Shake a platform, getting those big blasts in. Double tanks moving in formation. Very much like that. I suppose one problem that we have as Necrons is that, yeah, okay, we can build up like multiple Necron monoliths, which we are doing. Like, I mean, I've got 3 on at the moment, but like, there is still a very limited amount of things that we can produce at any one given time. Whereas Death Korps of Krieg, they can just have as many assembly plants as they fancy. As long as their economy's good, they can just constantly push out more and more stuff than the Necrons can. They're pure immortals at this point against pure tanks. As well as Vendetta gunships. Able to really quickly melt down these mortals. I know this is quite a platoon of heavy weapons. It's too much. The Necrons deal with at the moment. There's some death marks. Attempting some sort of flanking stuff. There we go, another Doom Scythe. If this was a drinking game and you wanted to do a shot every time you saw a Doom Scythe come back onto the battlefield, you'd be dead by now. And here we are, the Death Korps. Undefended resources here for them to claim. Doom Scythe managing to break down a tank and a turret emplacement. There's going to be very slow goings to break down these defensive emplacements, but we're together as a team. Might be able to. One Doom Scythe taps out, is tagged in by another one. But isn't seeming to do that much damage. Mr. Landshot, bring him back. Ah, oh, thrown away. I have quite a lot of money, but it's not going to last forever at this rate. Almost spending it the way he's spending it. Obelisks are going to go down. Bo's got a Nightbringer coming on in. And the Deceiver. Are we taking the centre? Is it looking like we're taking the middle? I can't tell you, boys and girls, to be honest. If I pop down a solar pulse prevent all this stuff from firing. Water then fades away and everything starts to reactivate. Oh, if only we went for a resurrection orb. Pop it down here, imagine that. We definitely needed the traditional artifact build just to keep those Night Lords at bay earlier on in the game. Feels like that part of the game was so long ago. Feels like a completely different game at this point. Vendetta's poised for a flanking maneuver. The Death Korps pushed us out, sadly. But a really good going there. Not quite getting anywhere. Vendetta's thinking about coming in for some cheeky base trading stuff, but thankfully our pylons are able to keep them at bay. Push continues. Necron Lord of Mine is inside there. Oh, remember to use your phase shift, Mr. Landshark. Phase shift him away. No, not quite. Sad times, man. Sad times. Just a productive capability. I mean, how much money have you got? Oh, right, yeah. Oh, so even, oh, bloody hell, even with the decayed points, now they've got the economy, they've got the production advantage. So we're going to need to do something creative and outside the box. We're going to see a victory from the Necrons today. And this poor Lord General, this came too far, too fast. Is he going to survive? Is he going to escape? No. I was going to have a main character moment then for a second. There's a singular Macarius on the left wing. Missing his shot, but you know what? None of his allies saw it, so it never happened. Quite embarrassing, but there we go. Finally getting a direct hit on the Annihilation barge. A couple of Immortals coming over to send it a backpack in. What have we got? We've got the Doomsive. I remember what we did. So Doomsive comes on over, flanking maneuver, and we just try and break stuff. That's our plan, essentially. Just like, well, we can't go through the middle, we can't go around the flanks, but it worked really well earlier when we did this. So why don't we just do this again? Those vendettas are causing us some issues. Not very friendly, not very nice. The Storm Monolith making it slow way on over onto that flank. Death Korps doing push on in. Gary's built a subspace spire, but as we said, there's no critical locations on this map. As I mentioned, just to prevent people from saying, "Oh right, okay, I've got a Titan, I win now." No, there's no basically win buttons in this. Victory has to be hard-earned, hard-fought. It's a shame in a way. You know, I mean, we do miss out on those big epic units, but the only way to make sure it was absolutely fair. As Necrons and the Death Korps of Krieg do have stupidly good Titan units in comparison to the Night Lords, and I suppose the Orks, you know, you've got your Gargants and stuff, which are quite cool, but not quite as cool as big blooming ionic orb thing that basically one-hits most things. So we try our best to push over on this side. Oh, we're just seeming to just... Not sure why my boys decided to stand still for this. But they are. Just not feeling the vibes. We've also got me coming on over. Do some shifty shenanigans, which we'll find out later. Laying siege upon the Necron side of things, for then going in for a big old push. For some reason my guys have decided just to not do anything. Quite frustrating. Necron's still out and about. Out in the new country. At this point though, you've got to bear in mind, boys and girls, that when you've been playing a game like this amount of concentration, this amount of action, for an hour plus, your mind starts going a bit doolally. The brain starts to fade. Destroyer attempting to snag that commissariat, Lehman Russ, before being taken down. To restore monolith. What are you doing, me? I don't even remember doing half of this stuff. I thought I did something completely different. Yep. Because I thought that what I did was bring the essence of the night of the deceiver, bring out a fake monolith, and then teleport a whole bunch of stuff in. But that's not what I did. I just... Oh no, I've got loads of stuff here. Right, never mind me. That's what I did. I remember the game I played. Poor old Gary. Having to do all this on his own. Do I come in for defense, or do I try and do it for base trade? The base trade is what we go for. Significant amounts of morsels to bring death upon the field headquarters. But there's... We killed one previously. As I thought, right, okay, well, we thought it was all clever. We'll build 3 in its replacement instead. Monolith for Gary goes down. And by the sheer weight of numbers, economy, and production, Death Korps of Krieg are just not going anywhere at all. Yeah, we're killing Macarius, and oh, well, what do you know? A new one comes out straight away. Yazoo. Yeah. Oh, Yazoo was watching. He was the Orc player, still watching as an observer. Fair enough. So, you died ages ago, Yazoo. Why are you here? And that, boys and girls, sadly, is it. We could only do so much in this game, and you know we went for flanking maneuvers. I mean that was basically our last hurrah. Managed to be able to kill listening headquarters once again, but that was it. So the champions for Spooktober this year has to be the Death Korps of Krieg, bringing it out of just this really impressive defensive gameplay. And I mean, this is my favourite bit here, right here. Aesthetically, it just looks absolutely marvellous. We've got a little dude inside the barbed wire as well, and a little orcas there. Ah, just beautiful. What a beautiful, fantastic game. So thank you, guys, for playing this game with me, and thank you, boys and girls, for watching at home. If you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week, and there's also Discord, where Discord things happen. Linked in the description as always. My name's Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short, and I will see you in a bit. Peace.